Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back again. Today we will discuss about how to write and publish in newspaper or magazine. First, what is news? News is a report of actual and important events. News is the main product of journalism. Or news is defined as information or report about recent events according to Cambridge Dictionary. The Google Dictionary defines news as newly received or noteworthy information, especially about recent or important events. There are types of news. First is straight news. Straight news is a type of news that is written briefly, concise, and straightforward. Usually, the front page of newspaper and news site, online media, contain mostly straight news. Second is opinion news. Opinion news that contains someone's opinion, analysis, comments, or statements about an actual event or issue. Journalists usually report opinions or statements of officials, experts, perpetrators, victims, or witnesses of an event or case. In practical terms, opinion reports are reporting on someone's word, which is news. Next is interpretative news. Interpretative news is news developed with the opinion or research conducted by journalists. In summary, an accident report with interpretation or assessment. This type of news is direct news development that is supplemented with various information that support the issue. For example, news about floods is complemented by comments from environmental experts and the publics. Next is depth news. Deep news is also known as depth reporting. Is news that is more complete and more detailed than straight news. In-depth news is developed by exploring new facts or data with emphasis on the why and how elements. Usually, this type of news explain why the event happened, how it was impacted, and what should be done. Depth news is also a development of old news which is still unfinished and is deemed necessary to be followed up to get new information by interviewing various parties related to the old news. And the last is investigation news. Investigation news is more complete and in-depth than deep news. Investigation news is developed based on research or investigation conducted from various research. Investigation stories are written based on investigation data sought or obtained from various sources. Usually, investigative news reveals a mysterious or enigmatic event because many facts are not revealed or covered up. The importance of news values. To determine whether an event is newsworthy, journalistic literature recognizes the term news values. Events that fulfill one of these news values should be reported on in the media. The news value is used to measure the appropriateness of a news article to become news. The higher the value of the news contained in an event, the bigger the event is appointed as news. There are nine news values. The first is magnitude. Magnitude is how extensive is the influence of an event for the public or society at large. For example, an increase in fuel price. Second is significance. Significant is how important an event is to the public. For example, a disease outbreak. Third is actually or timelines. Timelines. The actually level of an event has just happened. For example, an event a minute, an hour, or a maximum of a day ago. The fourth is proximity. Proximity is geographical and psychological proximity. For example, floods in Bandung are attractive to Bandung residents. Five is prominence. Prominence is personality persons involved in a press tour, in in a event. Public figures or diverse artists are in the news, or diverse neighbors are ignored. Six are impact. Impact is seems like number ones and number two. The seven is conflict. Conflicts are even of tension, war, or always interesting. Eight is human interest. Human interest is touching public humanitarian feelings such as slavery and persecution. And the last is unusualness. Unique thing, not unusual. Next are 5W plus 1H. The news element is both the format and the formula for writing a news script. A news item is declared perfect and worthy of broadcast if it meets the element known as 5W, 1H, as follows. What? The first is what. What can we say like what happened or what event that happened. Seconds are where. Where did it happen? Location, place, or the crime scene. The third is when the event occurred, the time it happened, the date, and if necessary, the time. The fourth is who was involved in the accident, who was the perpetrator, who was the victim, who was the witness, or who did it. And the fifth why it did happen, background, purpose, cause, or trigger. And the last is how the event occurred, the process, details of the incident, chronology, the atmosphere of the event. The 5W1H formula, also known as the interrogative word, is strictly used in writing fake news. Before writing news, journalists must collect the data that meets the 5W1H element. Next is code of ethics for news writing. The first is factual. Factual can be said like real happen or true happen, no lie, not made up, or not a hoax. Not as a hoax. The second is accurate. Accurate is verify the truth or confirm, check, and recheck. The third is balance. Balance is cover both sides or if it gives to disputing or hostile parties. And the last is avoid options. Don't be opinionated in writing news. Just report it as is without the addition of personal opinions. Code of ethics from according to the Robert Niles. The first is no plagiarism. No plagiarism is we must respect to the copyright or the author as the source calls it. The second is disclose. Not covering facts or information should not cover up one's mistake for their own sake. Third is no gift or money for coverage, not allowed to accept, let alone ask for a reward or money from the source. Next is check it out, then tell the truth. Check the truth and tell the truth without telling any lies in the newspaper. And last is be honest. Honest, get the news honestly and openly. News structure. The structure of the news script, especially the straight news types, consists of first is the title or headline that contain news title. Second is teras or news lead, the first paragraph or sentence after the title. The third is contents or news body, fill in the news detail or detail the news. Apart from these three news elements, there are usually two. First is deadline, date of publication or event. Second is place line, place of occurrence. And the third is author's name, name of the journalist or editor. To how to publish the result of our writing. For me, if we want to publish our news writing, we can just go to compassiana.com. In there, you just scan registration first, your account first, and then we can just submit our news writing in there without any editor in there. I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.